Hello and good afternoon. Today we are here to present some of our outings and some of our understandings in this Japan tour. So first of all, I would like to start with our own introduction. Please introduce.
I'm Saurabh Shrestha. I'm from Sakura campus. I studied master's in engineering.
I'm Anushu Nachari and I'm from Kathmandu University.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Suman Kumar Dulal from Central Department of Geology.
My name is Suraj Gautam and I'm from Pulsar campus, Masters in Disaster Risk Management.
I am Virat Shrestha from Tribhuvan University, Masters MSc in Engineering Geology.
So we have selected this title for our proposal, and that is Learnings from the Technological Advancements and Development of Japan. That is Lessons for the Improvement and Disaster Risk Reduction in Japan. So far we will be focusing on this learning, and this is our group team Nepatya. And so here I have depicted a figure showing disaster, which shows that disaster is an outcome of untreated hazards, and usually disaster triggers on our comforts and make us helpless. That is why disaster is called disaster. So now we'll be continuing our presentation based on this guideline, based on this outline. So I would like to request Mr. Suman to start with this part.
As in fourth position in climate change, 11th in earthquake disaster, and 13th in flood alert. As you can see, Nepal has complex geology, high angle slopes, and it is due to the subduction of Indian continent. Some previous earthquakes greater than 6 magnitudes, and this earthquake triggered some engineering geological issues like liquefaction. You can see in the figure. The building, it is in South, I think. It's due to liquefaction, and this is the seismic hazard map of Nepal. The red one shows the zone which is highly vulnerable and active in seismicity. And some of the issues that earthquake triggers are like liquefaction. Liquefaction occurs in saturated sandy soil and is due to the loss of stiffness and strength. Some problems due to liquefaction are sand volcano, subsidence, tilting, damage of piles, and lateral spreading. In our visit to the structure by placing rubbers and oils between the ground and the building structure, and you can see some elaborately to the base isolation. And in order to place the base isolation, we should also consider some structural measures. We should keep some up to 50 centimeter space in order to maintain the lateral spreading of the structures. And I request Ms. Anushka to add some more.
Thank you, Mr. Suman. Now I'd like to talk about one of the learnings over here in Japan. My topic is about fire. We went to city fire station of the Matsuyama, and head of the fire station, Mr. Siva, helped us to give different knowledges about the fire station. There are about 13 places in the city, and we went to the main department, and the emergency phone number is 119, and there are many fire hydrants lying over here in the city. And the problem implemented in our country. Now I would like to call Mr. Biraj to talk about another topic over here.
Thank you, Ms. Anushka. Today I am going to talk about flooding. Flooding occurs when the surface runoff is greater than the infiltration rate. During heavy rainfall, when the saturated ground cannot hold more water, then the surface runoff increases, leading to the flooding. Also, due to the urbanization, the laying of concrete and impermeable surface on the ground prevents from infiltration, which increases the surface runoff and the flooding occurs. These are some torrential rainfall in Japan. The image shows the residents are waiting for the rescue helicopter for the rescue. And problem of statement. Japan lies in 17th position among the 171 countries for disaster risk. The information was from Japan Times. And also the river level is higher than the human settlement level. Also the torrential rainfall occurs frequently in Japan, and due to the flooding, many economical damage and loss of lives have occurred. To study the flooding, we conducted field visit, one in Matsuyama River and National Highway Office, and another in Kanagawa Dam of Ozu City. In Matsuyama River and National Highway Office, we practice stacking of sandbag for the control of flood. Also, we practice how to tie a rope so that we can help others when someone is drowning. This is the Sugenobu River, which is about the level of water. In the monitor, we can observe there. Also, in Kanagawa Dam, the dam is constructed to prevent the flood of Hijikawa River. Also, the upgrading is done and tunnel is made so that the excess water can flow through the tunnel and the flooding can be prevented. This is a model of Kanagawa Dam. Understanding and impression. From the field visit and practice, we learned that the flooding can be prevented by embankment construction. Also, use of dam, we can prevent the flood, and also by alarming system and meteorological agency prediction, we can alert the people so that they can evacuate to safer place. Now, Mr. Saurabh will add further.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend Brad. Now with the topic landslide. The landslide is a sliding of land masses, that is either rock or rock masses or soil or a combination of both under the action of gravity. In order to get a near view of the landslide and the disaster mitigation plans and management systems, we had a short trip to the Zentoku landslide prevention project area in Tokushima Prefecture, where Mr. Hayashi had a very good class with us, and we also visited a landslide area in Hiroshima. With problem statement and purpose, the causes of landslide are the intrinsic and the extrinsic ones. You can see the intrinsic ones, they are the geology, very high pressure and temperature, whereas the extrinsic ones are the eventful typhoons. And as Japan is flooded with high rain, and Shikoku alone has around about 3,000 millimeters of rainfall per year. That's an average value. And talking about one of the recent landslide, which was Hiroshima landslide in 2014, it had a death toll of 74. Similarly, because of the weak geology and the tectonic movements, earthquake induced hazards do occur frequently. Landslide hazards do occur frequently, and in order to manage those problems, structural measures as well as some soft measures were applied. Scenario in Nepal we can see in 2013 and 14 landslide deaths and economic losses. Similarly, methodology where we visited the site there and we also had a class lecture on the topic. Similarly, in order to mitigate mitigate the problem and manage them, we had some kind of structures that were either for deep-seated as well as the shallow-seated. For shallow-seated, we had the checking purpose using sabodam and the retaining structures, whereas for the deep-seated landslide, we had rock anchoring and soil slopes anchoring measures, as well as in addition to that, the main problem was, the main culprit was groundwater, hence the lowering of groundwater was done by using the perforated pipes which ultimately met at a tunnel and which was released out of the tunnel and collected in a well and then thrown again to downstream. We can also see a sabodam here and a warning system at the left part, which was used in the landslide prone area in Hiroshima. We have an understanding that the end culprit is the groundwater. Structural measures, you can see those. And similarly, those are the soft measures, and the relevant technology used in Japan makes it a good and forward country in mitigating those things. I think we can learn, what we can learn is and apply in Nepal are public awareness campaigns for people, as well as use the low-cost local structures and technology. Now I'd like to call my friend Suraj for the question.
Thank you. So these are what we learned over here, and despite the fact, despite learning about those advancements and developments, we are actually we are a kind of we are not so satisfied with what is going on in our country, because till date we just have National Calamity Act, and to add something, we have National Strategy for Disaster Risk Management in Nepal, that is NSDRM. However, it is still in the paper kind of, and similarly Nepal has also declared 83 open places, and there are also risk reduction consortium available, but so far they have not been fully effective and has not been efficient enough to add to help. I mean, so this kind of drawbacks are seen. So as far as our training was concerned, we mainly learned about the early warning system. That is, there is shift in paradigm. That is, previously we would mostly focus on the structural measures, but now we have given priority to the social aspect also. That is, we believe in risk assessment, and then we convey those informations, because information conveying is one of the most important part of the early warning system, and that is what we have seen from Japan, because they have not only created structural measures, but they are more concerned on providing such kind of social informations, and they are more involved in providing information dissemination. So that is what we can learn and implement in our country as well. And the indicators of resilience, as I have said, that there has been changes in the paradigm shift of the disaster risk management. That is, from the structural and hardcore measures, we are now shifting towards the social measures. That is the ultimate measure for achieving resilience in our society. And here we can see the disaster risk management cycle. Mainly, our country is mostly focused in relief and response, because many countries have even praised Nepal for its quick response and good response behavior. But as far as reconstruction rehabilitation is concerned, we are pretty much backward on that aspect. So maybe we can learn from Japan as well. And as we know that disaster cannot be mitigated, all we can do is reduce its risk. So what can be the measures? That is, we have hard measures. For that, our learnings, we are trying to, we have already gained some knowledge and information, so we would like to develop and explore those knowledge into, and we want to shift them, and we want to have some technology transfer in our country as well, so that we can have some relief to our wound as well. So we can see that this kind of sabo dams can also be constructed in our own. There is a picture from Bandipur, Nepal, which we have clicked. So maybe we can apply those kind of structural measures, and we can have some technology transfer into our country as well. That will give us some relief. And also those kind of structures, slope stabilization techniques can also be implemented in the fragile slopes of Nepal as well. And then here is a water control dam model which we had seen. So maybe some of the areas we can do this kind of works. And the thing, base isolation for the very much important building, we can, although being expensive, we can apply this kind of base isolation technique, because ultimately the victim who goes to hospital or somewhere plus should not have some more disaster, because they need to be safe. So for that very important building, we can have this kind of base isolation technique, whereas we can have short measures, and this can be initiated by the bunch of we guys, because we have learned these things. So maybe we can conduct such kind of drills from the valley, and then localize, we can move into various parts of our country. So preparedness, so what we can contribute from now is we can raise our voice as a DRR professional, and also suggest for the feasible disaster governance, because we don't have proper governance in our country. Similarly, strengthening the response and relief work, as well as the practicing of the emergency drills and participatory approach would be the best thing. So also we have seen the evacuation measures. We have already declared open spaces that were functional, somehow functional, and people came to know only during the disaster. But they were not known earlier. So maybe we can provide such kind of information, and also provide such kind of evacuation map as well, so that they can need not panic. So why we came here? Why we learned all these things, and if we're gonna keep quiet and sit back, then it's not gonna matter, because it's we gotta act. And if not now, then when will we act? And if not we, then who will act? So that is what we have taken. That is what has motivated us, and we are highly motivated. And I would like to say this in our group, please. I would like to, because we read together. We would like to read this together. Life is not about how hard you can hit, but it's about how hard you can hit. How hard you fall flat on your face, but still get up and strive to run and fulfill your dream. That is what Japan has taught us. So we are really privileged to have learned all these things, and we would like to heartily congratulate GST Science Sakura Plan, as well as our respected Professor Netro sir, who have given us this golden opportunity to explore the happenings and recent advancements and developments in Japan. I'm pretty much sure this will really keep us motivated, and will motivate us to do further work in disaster risk management field. So this is what we have today.